Welcome everybody. This is your TCG newsman, Gary, King Pokemon, King MetaZoo, King YouTube, King Twitter, King One Take. It's Thursday, April 1st, 2032. I know it's been about 10 years since One Take Gary posted on this YouTube. I think the last one was in 2022. Well, in this last 10 years, really not much has happened at all. MetaZoo is still #1, Pokemon is still #2, and everything else is far behind. So, here we go. Okay, born on this date, King Combs is 34. Logan Paul turned 37, as did BCC Trolling. Twan, Autism Instruct, is today. And one of my favorites, Jay Slutty, 31, is 31 today. Again, this is April 1st, 2032, and that's no April Fool's joke. Now on to the news. Michael Waddell buys Twitter. According to the San Francisco Bee, MetaZoo founder Michael Waddell has purchased Twitter from Elon Musk for $128 billion. Mr. Musk, now residing in his compound on the planet Mars, couldn't be reached for comment due to connectivity problems with their server. Mr. Waddell stated that he still needed a new challenge after finally completing his goal of putting a MetaZoo amusement park in all 53 states of the Union. His acquisition of the Walt Disney Company last year completed that lofty goal by converting their parks in California and Florida into cryptid adventure parks, making them his 52nd and 53rd state parks. The future of Mickey Mouse and his cohorts remains uncertain. On the local front, King Pokemon sold his Charizard collection to World Heavyweight Boxing Champion Logan Paul's son, Tyrus. The 10-year-old entrepreneur seems to have picked up not only his dad's business acumen, but also his love of Pokemon. The proud dad issued this statement: Tyrus, purchasing this collection from my longtime friend Gary, kind of brings us full circle. I'm proud of Tyrus and grateful to King Pokemon. Attorney Lee Steinfeld Esquire of Leonhardt fame successfully represented Pikachu against the Pokemon Company International for defamation of character. Pikachu has been awarded $1.8 billion for the illegal use of his likeness. After the verdict, Pikachu addressed the press and said, "Had TPCI not exaggerated my normally svelte figure by making the so-called fat Pikachus, I may have never brought this action. They simply went too far by exaggerating my likeness." No reaction from TPCI yet. YouTube has permanently banned Rusty Oakley of TCA Gaming from their site for not creating more controversial and negative content. YouTube spokesperson, Collectibles Guru, stated, "We have a responsibility to our customers to provide the shocking and eye-popping content everybody expects to see, so there is no place for, nor will we accept, any wholesome or truthful content." Mr. Oakley was also unavailable for comment, but in a prepared statement said, "I understand their position and deeply regret that I could not comply. I guess it's just not in me, So I will bow out gracefully and thank all those who have supported me throughout the years. We're going to miss you, Rusty. The Phantom of Japan's Pokemon Center is finally revealed. The culprit of all those guitar sounds coming from deep below the Pokemon Center in Nihonbashi, Japan, has turned out to be the reclusive American collector S.M. Pratt. Pratt, as he was led away to serve his time at the Denmacho prison and execution ground, cried out, "Till next time." 68-year-old MetaZoo artist Ken Sugimori has announced he is retiring. Sugimori, the creator of the iconic Pokemon Manaphy, and more recently, the creator of the Asian cryptid Ahul, said he will finally be able to just sit back and concentrate on his art. When reminded that that's all he's done, like for the past 50 years, Sugimori said, never mind. Taking this change of heart the hardest was the heir to the throne and current understudy Mitsuhiro Arita, who had to retrieve Sugimori's easel out of the trash. Collecticon Singapore in February 2033 will mark King Pokemon's 100th Collecticon appearance. The 80-year-old king, also known as Gary, said the Lion City event will not be his last. The 28 worldwide events being held in 2033 will have to continue to deal with me. But we're glad to have you back. Rattle Pokemon, who is probably the world's most famous detective, the modern-day Hercule Poirot, can now add another feather to his cap. Rattle, who won last year's Dancing with the Stars, has uncovered the body of former Teamster boss Jimmy Hoffa, 57 years after he disappeared. DNA results from the skeletal remains have confirmed the identity of the deceased as being Hoffa. Presidential hopeful and former rapper Marshall Bruce Mathers III has asked Rattle to assist him in his campaign against incumbent president and former School of Rock star Brianna Yeed. And finally, after only 5 years of existence, the Nevada Pacific Ocean shoreline from Primm to Reno appears to be receding some. Nevada Governor, the Honorable Andre Jick, says sandbars may be the answer. That'll wrap it up for tonight. To most of you, have a good evening and good night.